Hi there! Today we'll show you how to backup PostgreSQL databases on Linux CLI using Ahsay OBM. In this video, you won't have any difficulties managing your PostgreSQL backup set on Linux CLI, as Ahsay provides a great feature that is extremely handy and practical for Linux CLI users. By using the Ahsay CBS Web Management Console, Linux admins and users can now achieve a simplified backup set setup. Ahsay offers the most versatile and comprehensive protection for all your PostgreSQL databases, supporting backups with direct deployment on the database server from a remote database server, as well as full cloud services integration with Amazon RDS, Azure Database, and Google Cloud SQL, along with the flexibility to selectively backup specific databases to customize backups that will suit customer needs. Our backup solution supports PostgreSQL versions 12 and above, which can protect your database servers on Windows, Linux in both CLI and GUI, and macOS platforms. Ahsay utilizes the native pgdump utility to ensure data consistency. We employ additional cutting-edge technology to further optimize PostgreSQL backups by directly streaming the backup data to the storage destination, delivering faster and more efficient backups, all the while maintaining a simplified setup while ensuring uninterrupted access for users and applications. Ahsay supports logical backups, providing versatile recovery options. By allowing the backup data to be used across different PostgreSQL versions and operating systems, organizations can achieve greater flexibility and adaptability in their database management strategies. To learn how to backup your PostgreSQL databases using Ahsay OBM on Linux CLI, let's go to my screen and get started. To start with a convenient method of managing your PostgreSQL backup sets on Linux CLI, we will begin by showing you how to create a backup set in a quick, easy, and hassle-free way without using the CLI machine and go through the backup set.xml file. First, log in to your Ahsay CBS Web Management Console. Go to User, open Backup Set, and click the Add button to create a new backup set. Before proceeding, double-check the names of the PostgreSQL databases you aim to back up. To do this, log in as root to the PostgreSQL database server using an SSH client. Connect to the PostgreSQL database by using the following command. Then enter the password. Use the \l command to show the list of databases. After confirming the names of the databases we need to back up, go back to your Ahsay CBS Web Management Console. Select PostgreSQL Backup for backup set type. Rename the backup set. Then select Linux for platform, followed by the credentials for the PostgreSQL database. The default login ID is Postgres. Enter the password. We can leave the host value on default or change it to localhost, as Ahsay OBM is installed on the PostgreSQL database server. However, if your PostgreSQL database is running on a remote machine or in a cloud instance, you need to enter the appropriate hostname or IP address. 5432 is the default PostgreSQL port. You may change the port value if your PostgreSQL database instance is set up using another port. Proceed by entering the directory path of the pgdump utility. Take note, if the PostgreSQL database instance is running on a remote server or as a cloud service, make sure the pgdump you use on your backup machine is the same version as the PostgreSQL database version. Click Next to continue. For backup source, under Other Selected Source, click the Add button to add a backup source. There are two ways to select databases. 1. To select all the databases from your PostgreSQL instance, use the value PostgreSQL as is, then click the Add button at the bottommost part of the page. And 2. Enter the name of each specific database you aim to back up. Each database must be preceded with PostgreSQL /, then click the Add button at the bottommost part of the page. You can see that the directory path for database Chinook has been successfully added. Repeat the same steps if you intend to add other sources as well. After entering your desired backup sources, click Next to proceed. For backup schedule, we'll enter the hostname of the PostgreSQL server machine to use the computer name for the scheduler. You may use the default schedule provided, but for this, we'll create another one. Click the Add button. Rename it, then configure the schedule as desired. click the Add button again, then Next to continue. For the backup destination, we'll set the backup mode to sequential, as we will only select one storage destination. Otherwise, it is recommended to select concurrent when selecting more than one storage destination to allow Ahsay OBM to back up your data to both destinations simultaneously. To add new storage destination, click the plus sign. We'll select Ahsay CBS. Click the Add button again, then click Save. You can now see here the newly created Linux PostgreSQL backup set. As we also intend to use the file viewer to easily manage our PostgreSQL backup set, open File Viewer. You will see a warning message saying, File Viewer is disabled. Click to enable. Take note, to use the file viewer, it is recommended to enable it when creating the backup set. This way, you can view your files after the first backup job is completed. Click the hyperlink text. You will be redirected to the other section of the settings. Check the temporary directory and configure accordingly. We will keep the default settings for compressions. Meanwhile, we have to enable encryption from Ahsay OBM on the Linux CLI machine after we have created the backup set. Scroll down and you'll see the section of File Viewer. Tick off the checkbox to enable the viewing list of backup files on backup server without encryption key. Then, save. If you would notice, another prompt message appeared saying, Please run backup to server in latest version. This simply means that after enabling the file viewer, you have to run a manual or scheduled backup job before you can access the file viewer feature. To proceed with the backup job, open your PostgreSQL Server Linux machine again via an SSH client. Use the cd command to go to bin. Before running a backup job on the newly created backup set, you have to set up the encryption key first. To do this, start Ahsay OBM by running the configurator. As we already have an account, enter 1 to log in. Enter the backup server URL, port, as well as the protocol. For proxy, we'll enter N. Then proceed to your username and password. As the Linux PostgreSQL backup set was created on Ahsay CBS Web Management Console, we have to set up the encryption key first. Enter Y. Enable encryption key. You will be asked to choose an encryption type. Enter 1 for default, which is the most secure option as it uses AES 256-bit encryption technology and a randomly generated encryption key made up of 44 alphanumeric characters. Take note, once you have selected the encryption settings and your backup set is created, it cannot be changed afterwards. If you need to change the encryption settings, then a new backup set must be created. Your data will have to be backed up again from scratch. Then quit to continue. Enter 8. From here, use the sh command to run the backup job. Before pressing the enter key, make sure that you have entered the correct format of the backup set as it works case sensitive. The backup job has started. You might need to wait for a while before the backup job gets completed. The duration will depend on the number of databases you selected to back up. After the backup job is completed, a line will show Backup completed successfully. Go back to your Ahsay CBS Web Management Console. Reload the file viewer page. The warning message for the Linux PostgreSQL backup set disappears. You should be able to click on the backup set and access the file viewer feature. Click on the PostgreSQL folder to check the database is backed up. And that is how you can simply back up your PostgreSQL databases using Ahsay OBM on Linux CLI machines. Quick and easy. As we have shown you, this method significantly reduces the time and effort required from backup set creation, backup job, up to the management on a Linux CLI machine. Achieve your ultimate goal of complete data protection. Secure, reliable, affordable. Ahsay. Keep your data safe with us.